Welcome to the first installment in my Literacy Quick Hitters podcast series for core ISD educators. This series will consist of 5 to 7 minute episodes that will be distributed regularly to building principals who can in turn pass the recordings along to school staff. Because my grant-funded position is as K-5 literacy coach, the majority of the content will be geared toward the elementary level, but this first episode is applicable to all of our educators, pre-K through 12th grade. Please note that the research that I'm about to share about classroom lighting is for informational purposes and is intended as a starting point for professional learning and discourse. My recommendation is for each district or building to discuss the content at the local level in order to make their own decisions about the best use of what I'm about to present. This slide is an overall graphic of the project to date, and so I'll walk through each of these steps one at a time. First, before I launch into some information about the topic on step one, I think it's important to share the background of how this research project came about. Last school year, I was approached by a parent from one of our core area schools who asked me why it seemed as if many classrooms were dimly lit. Honestly, until that question was asked of me, I hadn't really taken note of this aspect of the classroom environment, but it definitely piqued my interest. The second step was as I traveled to schools around the ISD, I began to observe and I discovered there was a huge variety of lighting sources and levels, which led me to begin to look into the research that's available online. Additionally, as I talked to various staff members around the ISD, I also learned that minimizing fluorescent lighting and lower light levels most likely came about as a result of previous training about trauma-informed classrooms. Third, once I conducted a few searches using Google Scholar, I realized that not only are there many articles available online, this topic has been of interest to researchers as far back as the 1970s and in additional fields outside of education. Fourth, our core coaches cohort, which consists of instructional and 31N or behavior coaches, spent some time this fall reviewing the research that was accessible online and is most applicable to K-12 schools. Once we summarized the research and organized it into a table, an overview of this information was shared with the elementary principals group at their monthly meeting. Additionally, there are plans to share at the secondary level with those principals. The quote at the bottom of this slide is one that I will not read to you, but it's an example of some of the information that we came across while conducting this research. Though this particular source is a report put together by lighting consultants and not from a formal peer-reviewed research journal, it concisely states the potential effect that lighting has on schools as a whole. The overall conclusion that our coaches group came to after reviewing the research is that classroom lighting has a significant effect on both staff and students, and it is a topic worth exploring further at the local level. If you're interested in examining this topic further, the links on this slide will give you a starting point. I recommend beginning with the Edutopia articles if you're looking for more of an overview and some lighter reading. The bottom link will allow you access to the classroom lighting research document that was created and populated by our ISD coaches group. This is considered to be a work in progress, and if you would like to contribute to expanding it, please let me know. We welcome all collaborators. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this podcast. I hope that the topic got you thinking about how you could apply this information with the goal of improving student outcomes. Don't hesitate to reach out with questions or to schedule an in-district follow-up session that could be tailored to your needs. I look forward to upcoming opportunities to work directly with your staff. Thank you for your time today.